Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing some work on the Mustang. So I got pretty much everything I need for the supercharger installation. I did have to send out the snout for the supercharger to the Department of Boost to get the pulley hub installed. The one that I had it broke, so kind of screwed myself doing that, but they'll do it right, and it's not that bad. So I got these crazy big fittings. These are 1 inch inner diameter for the intercooler line, so pretty excited about that. I'm definitely going to be starting on this installation very soon, probably this week or this weekend, because I'm just waiting on the snout, like I said, so I can get jump started on this and get ready for it. But today we're going to be installing this BMR radiator support bracket. So basically, since I'm adding so much weight with the supercharger, I want to reduce some weight. I did make a spreadsheet with all of my ways I'm going to cut weight on the car. Total, I think it's going to drop. It was like just under 200 pounds, so that's pretty good. I mean, you have to consider I'm adding this billet manifold, supercharger, all the coolant that goes into it, the heat exchanger, and just all that weight. And then the 6R80 swap is a little bit heavier. So I'm going to find ways to cut weight anywhere I can. This should cut quite a substantial amount of weight off the front end of the car. The stock stamped one, it's not very strong, plus it's really heavy, so this one is stronger and lighter. So this is a used unit I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace. It's pretty much where I buy like all of my parts nowadays. I mean, you can find good deals and the used parts are still fine, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. First thing we need to do is jack up the front of the car and get it on jack stands. I don't know if it's worth mentioning, but all of you are probably aware of the Harbor Freight jack stand recall. These ones, the part number is 56369. And for what I've seen, that is not part of the recall. I called up Harbor Freight and they told me that these are safe. The ones that we have here are safe. It's not part of the recall, but Harbor Freight is going to be if you bring in any of your jack stands, any jack stand, no matter what part number, they will replace it, either give you credit, or if they have the new style in stock, which they told me that they're going to be upgrading their jack stands and focusing on the weak spots, just overall better. I don't know when those are going to be available, but for now I am going to be using these. I'm going to have a lot of redundancy with the car. I'm always safe when I get under my car, so don't worry about that. I'm going to have my jack stands and my floor jack, and I might even grab something else to put under the car, just so it if anything falls, they'll have some type of backup. So just wanted to give you guys that disclaimer. All right guys, I think I got this pretty secure here. I completely forgot I had these Rhino ramps. I don't know why. So I got the Rhino ramps on. I have the floor jack as well as those jack stands in the back. They're actually sitting on the Rhino ramps, so those jack stands can be some backup. And then I also have this on here. We don't really need jack stands. We're just removing the radiator support, so it doesn't need to be that high up. First thing I'm going to do is remove my cowling. So this came with the California Special front bumper here. So we're going to have to just unscrew these. I think they're like 5.5 mil. Remove that. And then we have our radiator support bar, which is this, I believe. So it's a bolt up there. It holds that on, and then we'll need to unbolt the sway bar from this portion right there. So I'm going to go ahead and start removing this stuff. Alright guys, now that we have that cowl removed, you can see the bar right here. It's just this one. So there's a bolt up there, as well as 2 bolts on the back side of this holding the sway bar on. And I'll just need to get our jack under here to support the radiator, because once this is removed, it won't be able to support the radiator and it will fall. So we're gonna go ahead and get that supported and get this removed here. Alright guys, we got the sway bar disconnected from those studs. So they're just out of the way here. Now we just need to take out that bolt and then the same one on the other side. So I'm going to get my jack in place to support the radiator so it doesn't fall, because that's the only support it has right there. Alright guys, I'm gonna try taking this down carefully. There's actually 4 bolts. Looks like we actually might need to loosen some of these lines that are connected on here. The power steering lines, looks like it connects with a tree fitting. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove those. What the heck are you? Come on. One last thing, guys. Alright guys, got it down. Basically this brake line and then these 2 power steering lines were being held onto this as well. So let's go ahead and take this out and compare it. But the radiator is being supported by the jack here. And we just need to go ahead and get the new one on. Alright guys, here are the different radiator supports. This is where the power steering lines were being held down, as well as that brake line, as well as right up here too. It doesn't look like this comes with any like mounting areas for those, so I'm assuming it's fine. But yeah, here's the difference. Probably gonna have to transfer these ones over here. Maybe, yeah, it looks like might be able to get in there. Just need some soapy water or something. But this is actually quite heavy, like really heavy. This though, I mean, like less than half almost. I mean, so easy to pick this one up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all put together. I have new mounting hardware here, and we're gonna go ahead and get these on. Alright guys, I got these rubber isolators installed on here. I think the first thing I'm going to do is get it mounted to the top. Basically just use these locking nuts. Might get some thread locker. And now they look like locking nut washers, so I'm going to use those on this just to get it in place. And then I'm going to get the bolts threaded through for the sway bars and bolted down. So we're going to go ahead and set up the camera and show you guys that. Alright, I got the nuts just slightly on, and I got the radiator supports in their place here. So now I'm just going to finesse it, kind of get it in the right area, and then torque those down. Alright guys, the bar is in place and torqued down. Got it supporting the radiator so I can remove the jack now. One thing I do notice is the power steering lines are tapping it, so I will just need to somehow pull them away just a little bit, maybe reuse that clip in some fashion. But otherwise it looks pretty good. Got everything out of the way. One thing I did notice, these are my trans lines. It is coming close to the subframe right here, which is a sharp edge, so I might just get some wire loom to put on it. But yeah, just got that on. Now I just need to get those nuts and washers, get this in place, and get the sway bar bolted in. Alright guys, I have the radiator support all installed. I'm definitely going to need to maybe get something to like separate these from touching the bar because it is sitting right on it. And definitely need to get my cowl back on. I think some of those screw holes were actually up around here with the stock radiator support, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to reuse it. I definitely want to be able to, so I'm going to go ahead and get a solution for this and get everything back on the ground, and we'll end it there. Just a quick update. I use some flex, or like really squishy weather sealer. Basically it's for like doors and stuff. And now it's sitting on a cushion, and I also have this clamp back on to hold them in place. And as well as this brake line, I have it on that material as well. So nothing's touching anything hard. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the underside cowling on. Alright guys, I got the underside back on. Unfortunately, with removing the radiator support bar, we do lose the mounting points. So right now I do have 2 zip ties holding up the back. I'm going to see how it holds up. Hopefully it doesn't cut through the zip tie or break anything. Might add just a couple more to support it. But I'm definitely done under here for now. Alright guys, the whole thing is all done. The underside cowling that I had, I put some stronger zip ties on. I ended up putting like 4 or 5 on there. So it's really good. Shouldn't go anywhere. Those power steering lines and the brake line, those should be good as well. And all in all, it was a really easy swap. It only took me, if I weren't recording, probably like 30 minutes to an hour. So definitely recommend it. It is definitely worth it. So that's gonna do it. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll see you in the next video.